but let's go.
It is us against the Epstein class and warmongers. Okay, well, let's go with that. The Epstein class. Isn't that everybody? Now, we know we've seen a lot more of oligarch, the tech oligarchs, the Bill Gates of the world. I get the implication that Donald Trump has mentioned a whole bunch of times. A lot of leftists in there too, though, right? Also, if we're talking about that as a worldview, who does NAMBLA usually support? Who's doing the drag queen story hours when we're talking about sexualizing children? Gender queer, queer like me, gay like me, these books that they want to thrust into libraries? That would be more indicative. When you say Epstein class, I think you mean sexual degeneracy and moral decay. Sure. Who's been hastening that? And warmongers. Oh, you mean that's unique to Trump? That's the implication here. Did Barack Obama increase drone strikes more than any president? Wait, Bill Clinton. Has there ever been a president who hasn't been involved with any foreign conflicts? The closest you have is Donald Trump up until Iran, which he said he would do if necessary. Let's fix the fracture between the left and the right. What I never hear from these people are the qualifiers. Let's fix the fracture. Once the left comes to the side of reason as it relates to gender, as it relates to freedom of speech, as it relates to the Second Amendment, as it relates to being able to choose what food we eat, what cars.
Also, as he goes on this, I took my first sip of coffee. I'm recording this live stream. I'm live right now at 6:12 p.m. I don't know. I guess it's been a long day. Didn't have enough caffeine. So if you're a parent, a dad, a mom of a young kid, you know the deal. Cheers to the coffee. Just had to say that. All right, let's jump back into Crowder's little rant right here.
We drive, what schools we send our kids to. Let's fix the fracture between the left and the right. Aren't they trying to pack the courts and make it so that abortion is a fundamental human right in every single state all the way up until and including birth? Did I miss that? What do you mean?
Why is he changing his own voice like that? His point is valid, but why is he changing?
Qualifiers. This shit. These people try and tell you, and yes, I mean Candace and Tucker. They try and tell these people, man, the elites. They're giving you a false bill of goods to keep you pitted against each other. Okay? They go, yeah. So we should all unite. We should unite with the sodomites and degenerates and socialists and communists because Iran. They tell you that you're blinded, man. You need to lift the.
Not because of Iran, Stephen. Because of the Jews, because of Israel, and because the United States government is being controlled by Benjamin Netanyahu and Israel, because the United States and Donald Trump have no autonomy, no agency, and no power. And that's why we need to unite to take our government back. That's why. Fucking dummies.
The veil and then sell you the most simplistic bullshit with no qualifiers. Okay, if I am going to fix the fracture between the left and the right, define for me where they need to come to the right. I just did. What are your qualifiers?
Yes. What do you have to concede? Absolutely.
Nothing.
Fix the fracture between the left and right. How about we remove the penis between the two ladies at Planet Fitness?
There you go. Or let's link arms with the penis at Planet Fitness, with the men beating up women at the Olympics. Let's link arms with the sanctuary states like Minnesota, where your children can be hidden from you if you don't transition them at 8. Let's link arms because there might be some names that were redacted in the Epstein file that 50-50 shot, it's a Democrat or Republican. Fucking anyway.
They're trying to kill us. Let's just take their side.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So I think, too, like, you need to look into...
One more. I know what true evil is. I'll tell you what true evil is.
Yeah.
Shouting my abortion at 8 or 9 months.
Yeah.
And I've seen rallies. And by the way, it's 10 to 15,000 a year. Yeah, I've seen what true evil is.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen it. We see it every day. We see it.
Is he saying there's 10 to 15,000 abortions in the 8th or 9th month? Is that legit? I'll look that up in a second. But if that's true, that's fucking horrific. Unless, obviously, of course, the mother's life is at risk. But then it's not really abortion. That's saving the mother. which is really the most important thing. But having an abortion at 8 or 9 months, because I don't know why you would ever do that. That's ridiculous. As a brand new father and someone who watched my wife go through full pregnancy, obviously to give birth to our son, that's fucking insane if that's true.
It every day. Let's ignore that because clicks. Here's an AI image from Costco.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Child sacrifice at the altar of self.
Yep.
That's true evil. We've definitely seen that. Epstein class and warmongers. That's what true evil is. What is the Epstein class? What is she referring to there?
Yeah.
Do you think she's just referring to Donald Trump or the handful of names that we know? Probably not.
Yeah.
Probably not referring to that.
Well, whatever.
Jews.
Hey, everything that you fought for,
That's what she's saying.
everything that you cared about, everything that Candace cared about when she.
Yeah, he said it. I think his name's Gerald. I don't know. Anyways, he said it. Jews.
He was campaigning for Donald Trump and spent time in the White House, which we haven't done here. Just abandon all that because Epstein and Iran.
Yeah.
Just abandon all that because of 66 days of war. Abortion doesn't matter. Gender doesn't matter. Traditional family values don't matter. Personal autonomy doesn't matter. Freedom of speech doesn't matter. Second Amendment doesn't matter. The right to drive an SUV or drink a big gulp doesn't matter because Iran. All right, abandon all of it. Got it. You've not been taking your foundation, I see.
How'd you know that?
I see because you had a moment. Zero secrets. That's your foundation. Visit foundationdaily.com today. Subscribe, save 40% off for life.
Prestige. Steven?
Really quickly, I don't know if we have Ian Carroll's post. If we do, so anyway, I'll just.
It's just not
paraphrase.
my opinion.
No.
That's it. That's just a difference of opinion. That's all.
It's not a just difference of.
No, that's all it is. It's
It
a difference
is
of opinion.
way more than that. It's way more than a difference of opinion. I know that you're somewhat being sarcastic, but these people are the problem that they themselves are trying to fight. They're creating this issue on purpose. Do not be.
That's a good point. These people, Candace, Megan, Tucker, Fuentes, whatever, whoever you want to call it, are the problem. But they're trying to create a problem because they are the problem. And they're the one actually causing the division, being anti-American, causing more friction, more problems, and making life harder for American people. Yes, they are the problem.
Fooled by this. They want this kind of battle going on because they have identified who the true enemy is in their minds. And everything that we do, every sacrifice we make on everything that you just said, every issue, the murder of babies doesn't matter anymore. Gender doesn't matter anymore. Protecting kids doesn't matter anymore. Freedom in the United States doesn't matter anymore. All because now we have a true enemy and we have to link arms with these people. That will be the downfall they are fighting against. And so many people.
By the way, Epstein class. Do you mean the entire Iranian regime that codified child brides into law and every single leader in said regime had them? Or do you mean the Epstein class like Muhammad who fucked Aisha's thighs from 6 to 9 because he's a gentleman?
No, Stephen, stop. It's the Jews, mate. It's the Jews. Stop. Stop making Muslims and Islam and jihadists and the Iranian regime look bad. That's not what they do. Well, that is what they do, obviously, but that's not really, it's not what they do. Okay, it's the Jews. Mate, it's the Jews.
The Epstein class. I want the Epstein files unredacted. We recreated the cell. But we have an entire religion of people who are following the lead of a historically noted, without debate, pedophile.
Yeah.
Who advocated it. All right, what else?
Hey, Met Gala is okay though.
The Met
people
Gala.
there.
Yeah.
We
People that go there, they're fine.
We can link arms.
Let's link arms with those people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the hell?
I mean, I only saw a few pictures from the Met Gala, and that shit is hilarious, dude. Some of the most just, what's the word? Like, just culturally blind people you've ever met. It's so funny to watch some of the outfits and what people wear and just how they spend their money. And they're talking about the 1%. And even though they are the 1% and they're trying to make a statement, but like they're still paying $100,000 for a ticket. And it's all just hilarious shit. It's all just so virtue signaling crap.
I'm even thinking people are putting out this ticket of Tucker and what's his Massey. Are you freaking kidding me? And look, I haven't called this guy out too much, but Joel Webben is a pastor who is really, he walks some very, very, very tight lines and crosses them several times. And this is one of the things he's like, these attacks on Tucker Carlson are obviously, demonic attacks on him because he's doing the right thing. Like I'm paraphrasing his very long post that I read this morning. And I'm just like, what are we doing?
That sounds like some FLDS.
It is, and I don't want to bring this up because this is a topic we've talked about too much, but it is this kind of brain rot that comes when you blame Israel and Jews for every ill of the world. And I was talking to Andrew Wilson about this yesterday. He's like, what's the next step? I grant you everything. Everything you say about them is 100% true. What's next? Nobody can answer that question yet. There's a bunch of people that are chasing cars and have no idea what they're going to do when they catch it. Just like the Joker said, like, that doesn't have a clue. I know what comes next when evil people use you to do that. I know that because we've seen that. And I'm not talking about the Holocaust. I'm talking about before the Holocaust. Pogroms, they happened everywhere in the world. Everywhere. Thousands and thousands of people being killed because they were the bad guys in that society. That's the kind of shit that happens when you screw around with these guys and you start normalizing what they're saying. Be critical. Fine. Reevaluate relationships. Fine. Get to the bottom of pedophiles being able to go back home to their country after committing a crime here. I'm all for blowing that person off the planet.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Don't go so far as to say we need to link arms with Satan to fight against that.
Well, they're linking arms with actual. I will tell you this. There's been no greater evil waged against Christianity or mankind than Islam. That's my opinion.
Yes.
That's my report, Captain.
You're wrong again. Obviously, I'm joking. Okay, that's the whole point. But when you get to a point where everything, no matter what, you connect every single dot that doesn't exist all back to the Jews in Israel, and he makes a good point. Like, okay, let's grant that that's all true. What's next? What do you do? Okay, well, then the next thing is if the Jews in Israel are actually legitimately the reason for all of the evils of the world, the next logical step would be to eradicate them. And that would be because you're doing your moral duty to rid the world of evil. That's the step we're on. That's the ladder we're climbing. And if we don't stop this now, and if we don't fight back against these insane people with these insane views, then it's going to get more and more dangerous, and more violence is going to happen because of people are going to feel sort of emboldened and empowered to go out and do something about it. We've already seen that happen. We've already seen it happen. And so it has to be stopped now. This sort of brain rot, mind virus, derangement syndrome has to be stopped now. And these people that are spewing it on the biggest platforms need to be called out on a regular basis. As you can see why Crowder every day on his show is talking about it, and Ben Shapiro is talking about it every day on his show. And it's like, because it has to be called out in the most truthful and kind of aggressive manner. Anyways.
It's been that way for a long time.
In my report since 2008, I grew up with it. And anecdotally, empirically, the support for violence, particularly against Christians, and the subversion of the religion of Christianity, of what Christ did, there has been no greater evil waged, no greater war of evil waged against Christianity or humankind than Islam. That's my opinion. Oh, you're still here?
Not much of an opinion, kind of a fact at this point.